hesitation when I come forward. I won't let you go. When she telling me to come forward, come for me. That's what she telling me to come forward. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let her go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She telling me to come forward, come for me. See, I don't know why finally now I just spoke my mind. I know it's long since we spoke sometime, but this thing no play, I go change your mind. Just give me some time, any place, cause I don't have no time to waste. No more back and forth just like Aaliyah. That's all I wanna do right now. Grab it up, so you know me gonna grab it up. Body to body make a bend over the reeling. Bad man turn you over like a steering. Well, when me gonna grab it up, so you know me gonna grab it up. Body to body make a bend over the reeling. Bad man turn you over like a steering. Well, she telling me to come forward, come for me. That's what she telling me to come for me. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let you go. When she telling me to come forward, come for me. That's what she telling me to come forward. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let her go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's telling me to come forward, come for me. Telling me to come for me. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let you go. When she telling me to come forward, come for me. That's what she telling me to come forward. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let her go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She telling me to come forward, come for me. I don't know why finally now I just spoke my mind. I know it's long since we spoke sometime, but this thing no play, I go change your mind. Just give me some time, any place, cause I don't have no time to waste. No more back and forth just like Aaliyah. That's all I wanna do right now. Grab it up, so you know me gonna grab it up. Body to body make a bend over the reeling. Bad man turn you over like a steering. Well, when me gonna grab it up, so you know me gonna grab it up. Body to body make a bend over the reeling. Bad man turn you over like a steering. Well, she telling me to come forward, come for me. That's what she telling me to come for me. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let you go. When she telling me to come forward, come for me. That's what she telling me to come forward. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let her go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what they telling me to come for me. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let you go. When she telling me to come forward, come for me. That's what they telling me to come forward. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let her go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. some time, any place. Cause I don't have no time to waste. No more back and forth just like Aaliyah. That's all I wanna do right now is grab it up. So you know me gonna grab it up. Body to body make a bend up for the reeling. Bad man turn you over like a steering. Well, when me gonna grab it up. So you know me gonna grab it up. Body to body make a bend up for the reeling. Bad man turn you over like a steering. West telling me to come forward, come for me. That's what he telling me to come for me. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let you go. What you telling me to come forward, to come for me. That's what you telling me to come forward. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let her go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's telling me to come forward, come for me.
That's Kelvin.
He made the decision to play Thiago. Klopp doesn't change the system. Since blue back left, he don't want to change from the 4-3.
Come for me. Come for me. No, come for me. Hey, big up John for that one, man. Big up John for that one. I'm telling you right now, you guys heard it first. This is the premiere. Anyone that's watched this, you've heard it here first. John again, smashing it. You know, let's get that out of the way, man. Let's get that out of the way because the positives, innit? That's the positives. But look, man, G, how are you doing, man? Before I get into any of the comments, before we get into anything, before I, shout at the people that are following us, that are, waiting for us to have our say or for us to kind of discuss all together. Chat to me, man. How you feeling? How's your weekend?
I was good. Yeah, I don't know about everyone else, but I've been good. I'm relaxed now. I've been chilling, caught up on some EastEnders. Like, I'm so easy. Like, I feel nice and mellow. You know what I mean? Watching Liverpool lose again. I didn't even blink, man. I just looked at it. I was like, yeah, that's one of them things, man. It's one of them things in life. You just get used to it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like pouring your milk after the cereal and that. It's just one of them kind of things, man. You get used to it. You get used to it every day.
It's mad, but the thing is, it's mad. When you talk about it, you say you get used to it. It's normal, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you made a key point though. You pour the milk over the cereal, right?
Mm-hmm. Anybody who does it other ways, you're getting a slap. I'm telling you now.
You say that, right? You say that and you talk about anyone that does that deserves a slap. But there's certain people in life that do stuff backwards. Everything's backwards. Everything's backwards.
Bro, anybody who's pouring milk before they pour the cereal, I know you need a slap. 100%. You deserve wherever Klopp needs to be. Wherever Klopp is, that's what you deserve. No,
but listen. In football terms, stuff happens like this as well. People do stuff backwards. People do stuff backwards, but it goes over people's heads. Look, big up to everyone in the building. There's 63 people in the building when we hit early. What, 10 minutes into the stream? Run the intro for John a bit. So please, guys, make sure we're heading over to John the II on Instagram, on YouTube. Literally, everyone knows him. John Paqueta. Ties with Jay-Z and stuff. Ties with Jay-Z. Come on. Make sure, man. Make sure. Let's go, man. But look.
What about you? Before we even bro, you know me, man. I don't care about Liverpool. How was your weekend?
You know what it is? It was one of the calmer weekends I've had. It was nice. It was mellow. Do you know what I mean? Everyone was happy. We're chilling. I had my rest day today from the gym, so I just had a cheat day. Like just all the pizza, having bubble tea, all that type of stuff, isn't it? So
good.
But do you know what it is? I'm happy with doing this now because they're gonna get the right. Like I didn't want it. The tactics board. I know there's some people that were here, right? A certain, was it Javane? I believe Javane, new member. You weren't on the stream, G, but Javane was in the chat saying he's going to be waiting for me after the stream. Now I said to myself, let me not come on then because you're going to get a very reactionary me.
Yeah.
Let's do it tomorrow. Spoke to G. G was like, no, let's do it this evening. So you're going to get the best of both worlds. You're going to get the best of both worlds. But look, big up to everyone. Make sure we're smashing the like. John O'Magic saying, look, you lot was right about Klopp. This man is dumb. What the F was them subs? It's too late to apologize.
Like Drake says, don't think about it too much. Don't think about it, guys.
It's too late to apologize, John O'Magic. Anyone that was coming for us, it's too late. You've set in the train. The train's in its direction, bro. Joking as always, but big up to you, Jono. We got Mr. Tibbs saying Matoma sure enjoyed his Liverpool meal today. Completely cooked us. He put us in a food coma, bro. Matoma put us in that food coma, bro.
You know that good Sunday roast? That's what he had today, man. Trust. Because he was roasting Trent on that side.
Luke LFC saying Kone Musa Sucic. No signing.
You
know, like that.
Real talk.
Mark say Matoma adding the 15th nail in the coffin. 15th, bro. Yes, yeah. You know what? It is. Yeah, as I said, people, make sure we're heading over to John the II.
Please, guys.
John VII, I believe, on Twitter. If I don't believe it, make sure just smash that someone in the comments as well. We've got Mr. Brooks saying big up JJ, Minister G and Romz. We may not even finish in the top 6 out of the top 10. Mr. Brooks, I'm not going to lie to you. It's a top 10 finish. We're not getting in the top 6.
Top 6? I can think of 6 teams better than us. And there's at least, 9, 8 ahead of us.
But for me, 6 is like you're challenging for the top 4, but you fell.
We're
not challenging for the top 4. But I don't know, man. We got Mo Khalif saying JJ Matoma turns into R9 when he sees red. I don't even think it when he sees red. I think when he sees dreads. You know, like that. Those dreads, bro. He's like, yeah, I'm going to have to come for this guy. We've got to keep it level in the building saying, wait until we get humiliated by Rao before we can only truly say season is done. I don't know. Scrap saying Jerry was just taking his Liverpool kit off. Listen. That Liverpool kit, I've been in this the whole day. Since Scraps has started an agenda, yeah. He's saying that, look, I've come in, I'm wearing heels, stilettos. You know what I mean? He's saying I got the Liverpool kit on. He's saying I got the full kit. Yeah, so that agenda's got to stop. Victor Ojomo saying Joao Cancelo got skinned. Victor, come on. Let's not do that. It's not a thing where like, my man got violated as well. No, you got violated, bro. I'm talking about you. I don't care about next man. He's not my problem. He's not my problem.
Let's not deflect. Let's not deflect.
Yeah, exactly. Egyptian King saying Jerry burning everything with Klopp on it.
Bro, I don't even have anything with Klopp on it. How about that? Klopp?
What, you ain't got anything of your dad? You haven't got anything of
Klopp?
your dad?
Mythical, boy. I know certain man, and you know who you are. Certain man, Klopp was like your dad. Yeah, see, no, not me, now, bro. Not me, man.
Yeah, big up to Wino saying, look, all I hear people, content creators do is criticize Klopp for 20 minutes, only to say they love him and they want him to stay. Klopp FC fans. Listen, I'm not going to lie. This period is going to make a lot of divide. It's going to cause a lot of divide because a lot of people that we mess with, that don't mess with what we're saying, if you're Klopp FC more than kind of wanting to have a reasonable debate, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Like, do you know what I mean?
I'm enjoying this period, by the way, guys. I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying the divide.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. But look, Mandem here. We've got 74 people. Might as well start on it, man. Shout out to everyone. Keep smashing the like. Just to say as well, people, I wanted to say before we get to the 1K, all of you guys that are here before the 1K, we appreciate you so much because what 94, 95, is it 97? I think it's 97 subs away from 1K, people. And we told you about the 1K, and you guys have pushed it. And look, we've got 3 days left. Essentially, we got today, tomorrow, and the day after. If we can get to that 1K before then, that would be ridiculous. You're going to put us under pressure because we didn't anticipate getting this far. So you guys are going to put us under pressure. But let's get into it, G, man. We went into this game, done the preview. Obviously, you couldn't make it, but obviously you were in the comments. Me and Ish, sitting there saying, you know what, we're going to be just optimistic. We're gonna do this Liverpool, this hope thing, you know, like that, just this faith, this blind faith, innit? Almost like a cult, almost like a religion thing. Get into the game. Not really happy with Elliot on the left and stuff, but you soon realize 5, 10, 20 minutes into the game, we're defending better. We're catching teams on the counter. But we're getting dominated, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that it used to be the other reverse for me. We used to sit in our pockets, play the ball a lot, and because of the way we played, because we had the high line, we get caught a lot. And if people don't remember, we used to get caught a lot. Alisson would save us, Virgil would save us, but we got caught a lot because we're really high up. The fullbacks are high. We're getting caught now anyway. The way they were popping us about, yeah, with a two-man midfield, Welbeck and Ferguson up front, I could not believe what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of people talk about, you know, the midfield playing decent, Keita having a decent game, Flacco having a decent game, Bajcetic doing okay. It was a two-man midfield, people. They played two in midfield.
Mm-hmm.
And what they just said is that midfield is so dead. Sacrifice the midfield, just play another striker up front.
A young striker.
A young striker. And Danny Welbeck. That turns into Diego Costa. But, you know. G, I'm not sure if do you watch the game, right?
Yeah. I watched the game.
When you, you know what? Before you do that, when you saw the lineup, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're 5 minutes into that game, what were you thinking?
I just said, you know what, Klopp, you have to win. That's all I said. I said, you have to win. Like, real talk, you can't come out of this game with a draw. We can't have a replay. Can't lose. You just have to win. You've done it again. Like I said, what you said before about the insanity thing, bro. Doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results. You've done it again, bro. So I expected Liverpool to go into that game, play blinding football, and win. That's the only explanation I can have for Klopp playing Elliot on the left, Gakpo down the middle, Salah on the right. That was my only explanation. You went strong. Remember, we didn't go weak team, you know. This ain't like we played Ben Doak and, you know, we had Bobby Clark in there and, you know, Frauendorf was on the bench. Like, no, it wasn't like, I mean, it wasn't like all of these kind of things, bro. Like, he played a relatively strong team. So I'm expecting a good result. Do you know what I mean? The little steps that you spoke of in the 2 games that we've had, you know, one dead win against Wolves who didn't offer you anything and a draw against another mid-table team in Chelsea. I expected a win. So that was my thinking before the game. That's why I just sat there and just said, if I don't come home and see a win Liverpool through to the next round, I've said it already, man. This Klopp, brother, you got to bounce, man. I'm tired of seeing your face, bro. Tired of seeing your face. What about you when you saw Elliot on the left? What did you think? I know you and Ish were like, obviously speaking about it.
Oh shit! Here we go again. That's exactly what I said. Do you know what it is with Klopp? You give him props. He does something right, and it's like the ego in him just says, "Nah, I'm not going to do this anymore." So the one game when we got a clean sheet and won the game, right, was against Wolves. Elliot played on the right. He scored the goal. He scored the first goal, right, against the balance of play. But I mean, he scored a goal. It could have been a 50-50 game at that time, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
Where's he scored a goal from? Where's his position? Centre right.
Mm-hmm.
It's off the right. I'm sitting there and I'm like, it's ironic. You've played him on the left. He scored on the right. Why is he playing on the left? The only reason I can kind of fathom is that defensively, obviously, he probably presses a bit better than what Núñez offers. Which then we're gonna chat about that whole left-hand side. I don't really need to go deep into it. And I'm trying to be really calm about it. I don't want anyone saying I'm reactionary. So if you're seeing, I'm trying to use facts and what happened in the game to back up what I'm saying, right? So he done that. And I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe that was the plan. Maybe he starts off on the left and moves into the centre, right? Because if he does that, maybe it throws the Brighton players off. I'm giving Klopp all the prop. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Maybe it's a tactic, man.
You know, like, man.
I was playing on the left. Listen, I don't know what's wrong with this brother, man. This manager, you know what? I'm going to put something out, yeah? He's the worst manager tactically in the league. He's the worst manager from a tactical perspective. He's the worst manager in the league.
Yep, I couldn't argue with that.
From a tactical, well, this season, I'm not going to talk about other seasons. In Liverpool's history.
When has he ever been a good manager tactically?
No. But tactically, I'm trying to think. And and this is what I'm saying. I'm not being reactionary. Someone in the comments go and tell me I might be wrong, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not saying who's the better manager. From a tactical perspective, where this is where you earn your bread and butter. You see, like Sean Dyche when he's going over to Everton. Big up Richard that was in the building earlier. Mm. You go over to Goodison Park. They don't need motivation, this, that. Because they can't trust the players to do the job. They haven't done it for half of the season. They need someone that's going to come in and be like, you're doing this, and that, and we're going to do this, and that's going to stop this happening. Mm-hmm. This bread on 10 million a year in midfield, we're fine. You've said that to me now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Scrap FSGs, scrap everything. You said that to me. Earn your money, bro. Same as Salah. Earn your money. Earn your money. Earn your money. And look, Ilyas saying, big up to Ilyas. Ilyas is saying, look, Klopp has never been that guy tactically, in my opinion. He might have not been. But it's where you become it, bro. That's the basics. It's the basics, people.
For me,
if you can't do that, for me, you know where the door is, man. Because this is what's supposed to separate you from Duncan Ferguson. Duncan Ferguson, manager, Big Dunk at Everton motivates, man. The motivation is not working, clearly. Where's your tactics? Where's your tactics to go, you know what? That was smart, you know. That was so smart. Wow, you played Gomez in DM. That was so smart. You love to mix and chop and change positions anyway. Do something.
you know, like that.
Do something that's going to make me go, you know what? I never thought of that. But Henderson at right back. What a good job that was. What a good decision that was. Hold on. You're taking a piss. hold on.
Oh, it was something serious the way I said it, like, we taking a piss.
I big up Kazir for the subscribing as well in the building. Kazir just subscribed. Hold on. If it's 37 likes, the John rhythm just running. I swear to you. I'm not mucking about. We're not mucking about.
Mark is saying 45 on his screen. That's still less than half, man.
46. Nah. John, you're getting pure promo. You know, I expect some change from any royalties that you make from this tune.
You don't like that?
People, smash the like. Everything's getting put on pause. I was just about to get into the rant, me and G, and you guys. Yeah, I mean, so is what it's been.
Where is she? Where is she? She's telling me to come forward, come for me. That's what she's telling me to come for me. No one's attention when I come forward. I won't let you go. When she's telling me to come forward, come for me. That's what she's telling me to come forward. No one's attention when I come forward. I won't let her go.
Smash the likes, people.
You heard what Liam said.
Say no more. Say no more. Say no more.
See, I don't know why. I finally now I just spoke my mind. I know it's long since we spoke sometime, but this thing no play. I go change your mind. Just give me some time, really, please. Cause I don't have no time to waste. No more back and forth, just like Aaliyah. That's all I wanna do right now.
How many likes you on?
I can't even see that. Man said he threw on the Liverpool.
Smash the like. How many you on? Let me see, man. You guys tried to violate. You know, just that. We got 62 people. Let's get to 80, man. Let's get to 80. Big up case this time.
That's what you're telling me to come forward. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let that go,
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling this tune, you know.
Yeah, this is a good tune, bro.
Bro, John slapped this.
I'm saying.
Like, this is John. This is John.
That's this late night vibe, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's late night vibe. Come on, dude. Smash them lights, people. Big up Mohammed, man. There's a lot to dive into tonight, man. Trust me. Share this out on Twitter if you guys are watching this on Twitter. You're on mute, by the way, Jerry.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
It's Christ, man. Hey, make sure we smash them likes, man. Listen, smash them likes. Liam saying, look, I thought G got left to do a solo tactics board. No, that's the do you know what I mean? That's the connection I've got right now. It's moving a bit mad. Alea saying, just sing for us, JJ. Nah, man, you get enough of that, me singing. You ain't having that. No way. More of a punishment. You know what? Don't let me put you on blast about your singing. Do you know what I mean? Right there. Don't let me put you on blast about her singing. I kid you not.
Hey, Jay, what are you singing now?
Listen, you see karaoke, I'm winning 10 times out of 10. 100 guaranteed. If not, listen.
Hey, guys, we got Usher in the building, bro.
You got an Usher? No, not even that, man. Let me just get the blonde hair and that. You're looking at Chris Brown. Do you know what I mean? But listen, man, big up.
Hey, fuck it up.
Exactly. What did I say? See, look. Great man.
Hey, young Chris Brown, say no more. Hey, he's never going to live this down. I'm just letting him know, boy.
Exactly. Ed saying, look, just because I'm light skin don't mean you can sing. Trust me, but that's the stereotypes we live with, isn't it? Light skin lives matter. But yeah, man. G.
You lot give me that.
Chat to me.
Oh. Jerry, I'm past all of that, man. I said I don't care. Like Klopp can, you know what I mean? Like he could do his thing. Let him do his thing. Your tactics, your subs, your everything about you, bro. Like you just give me the ick now. So I don't really want to keep seeing your face. I'm tired of you talking. Like, yeah, I mean, you know that someone like I told you, it's that like, oh, why are you eating the food so loud? Like that type of vibe. Like it's just I don't know anymore, man. Honestly, like we're just seeing bare games like are just the same. And I think what pisses people off the most, yeah, is that you'll see one game like Wolves and think, oh yeah, like this is sick, kind of thing. Or not even this is sick, just like, oh yeah, there's an improvement. And Klopp talking about little steps, and then we'll come to Chelsea and then it's just dire again at home. And then you come to Brighton. Remember, this ain't no disrespect to Brighton, by the way. This ain't no European giant killing Real Madrid like type of team. Like this is Brighton, bro. Like I've seen us slap them before, like easily as well. So facing them now, I'm thinking to myself, right, like the way Jerry even mentioned, the way they're popping the ball about, so they're still getting dominated, and we played a strong team. Not even like we played a weak team, like we played a strong team, and still you lot just look so dead. Like Klopp, you take one step forward, and I'll give you the props. Change the midfield. even though it was not hard to do. But let me not be negative. He changed the midfield. He went with a different midfield. Man's not seeing Fabinho and Hendo. No problem. But then you do something to the attack. Like it's like you don't know how to do two things at once. You're making the stereotype for men a bit crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, women always saying that men can't do two things at once, and you're proving that right now. You don't seem to be able to just get everything clicking into gear. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, it's bro, honestly, man, just listening to him speak and I was listening to and shout out Monks and the gang. Like, I was listening to them on Big Six Bands, and I can't remember who it was talking, but it was just mentioning, like, you know, Klopp and giving him time and Retete. And I think that's the saying about, like, you don't want your legends to go out the way they're going out. So your Fabinhos, your Hendos, these guys have won bare stuff for us, you know. Like, I'm not even taking that away from them. They've done big things. Milners, the Salahs, the Van, all of them. Klopp, I'm sure Klopp's won every trophy for us. Like, that's big. Never retained, but he's won every trophy, so that's big. But then you're just going out like a sucker. Like, you're going out like Mike Tyson did, like, right now. Like, just going into battles knowing that you're gonna more or less lose, but you used to be something. Like, it's just becoming embarrassing, bro. Honestly, man, I don't know where to look, like, these days. Like, how do we move forward? Like, people keep telling me and keep telling you, Jerry and Romz and Ish, and like, who can come in and do. I'm like, brother, anyone. Like, bro, we got to the point where anybody. Like, I don't care.
But it's mad, G, innit? De Zerbi want De Zerbi until De Zerbi happened, bro.
Exactly.
De Zerbi 2 seasons ago, no one was screaming for him.
No one was screaming De Zerbi. Well, De Zerbi. I thought that was a food or something. De Zerbi. What's that? I don't know what that is. That sounds like a food. Like, that don't sound like a manager. Like, big up De Zerbi though, but because he's showing everyone right now, bro.
Pasta a la De Zerbi or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say? Hey, throw that little piece of De Zerbi on top. Yeah, make the pasta look nice. Like, something along them kind of lines. But you're telling me this guy's out here tactically, like,
he's done you 3 times now, bro. He's done you 3 times. No, 4.
No, 3.
3.
The 3 and 3
8
times.
8 goals. We conceded 8 goals. He's outdone you 3 times. And do it's mad. All 3 games were different formations.
Yeah, bro. And you know what's mad? You know what's even madder today? Why I found, like, today even just more interesting. You mentioned obviously about, like, they had Danny Welbeck, they had Ferguson up top, and then obviously they had different goalkeeper as well, like, and a few other, like, players. Bro, you gotta realize, no Caicedo, they've, you know what I mean? Like, a couple players not there, a couple players they've sold. Trossard obviously not there, who scored a hat-trick against us at Anfield, is now sitting at Arsenal, top of the table. Like, I'm looking at this team and I'm like, bro, I don't get why they're, like, how he can come and play you 3 times and best you 3 times, and not even result-wise. Yes, the results-wise, yes, but in terms of tactics, bro. And you know what? Then it comes back to what Jerry has been saying for time about having a tactic that's sustainable throughout. Like, not just having a tactic that will work for a short period of time and then blah blah blah. A tactic that it doesn't. Remember, Brighton are not Liverpool. Like, if we're being real with each other, Brighton are not Liverpool. They're not, like, in terms of the profile of player, like a Salah in comparison to whoever, or Van Dijk or Alisson in comparison to whoever. So when players come out of their team, it does not matter. It never matters. Anyone can play in there. You saw Ferguson, you saw Danny Welbeck, all of these guys, but they're popping in. The goalkeeper coming in, looking comfy. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, it doesn't matter. But Klopp, Jesus Christ, man, and cheese, like, this brother, you put anyone different into his lineups, all of a sudden it just starts looking all fugazi. And then that's when you start to realize, oh shit, yeah, this brother doesn't really have a good tactical knowledge about what's really working. If his best 11 isn't there, Jesus Christ, like, he just fumbles the bag every single time, man. And that's just where we're at the moment, bro.
I don't know anymore. Do you know what I did as well? Probably the first time I actually did it, I sat through the post-match press conference and listened to what he had to say.
I listened to it later still.
He's trying to say he's not happy with the performance, but it's better than what happened 2 weeks ago. And that's all right for him. That is progression. Someone kind of posed the question, said, look, it looks like Liverpool are falling apart at the moment. Well, in regards to, obviously, we made the subs and we started to fall apart. he said that we're not falling apart and that the judgment, his assessment is wrong. This man is beginning to, he's beginning to love what you've done, but you're winding me up now, man. Winding me up. Like, not even like, before it was like, look, you're winding me up as an individual now.
Oh, he's giving you the ick. I told you, he's giving you the ick.
Yeah, it's a joke. I'm looking at we set up and look, I don't even know if I give Klopp the props for this, right? I'm not sure if you give Klopp the props for this, but Stephen Truth-Seeker, Jesus. But yeah, but look, he's I don't know whether, right, I give Klopp the props for how the midfield played, or do I give the players the props? The way it seems to me is that when he puts the right personnel in there, there's a different outcome. But it's not like we're changing anything that we do in the game. When he tries to make changes, it doesn't work. So when he tried to play Thiago more advanced in that game, against Brighton, I actually believe as well, we got packed. When we just do the normal stuff, it's the players that decide, yeah, we're going to pop off or we're going to work on it. I'm not going to lie. You see, I was saying end of the season, all of this. You might as well start it now, bro. We didn't give Brendan Rodgers end of the season. We didn't give Brendan Rodgers end of the season. He done the unthinkable with like John Flanagan at left back, who was a right back, and that.
Ali Sissoko and them, man. Come on, bro.
Like Iago Aspas, like brothers like that. So if
Luis Alberto and them,
yeah, so exactly. So if he could do that for me, yeah, he's got to go now because it will help Liverpool like at least start to put the building blocks in place for the summer and for the next season.
Yeah,
because the scary thing that's going to happen, right, is let's say that we were to get new owners. Klopp comes in, and the same thing happens in October. Then what? He spent 100 million, whatever, in midfield, or wherever he wants to spend that money. It might be another winger. It might be another left winger. I'm hearing we're being linked with, what's his name?
Who?
Oh, who's the left winger? Fuck. I'm done. From Brighton, Mitoma. How could you not be linked with Mitoma? I swear to God.
You know what? When it comes to scouting and stuff, yeah, just quickly before you even continue this, I need to get this comment up. Big up Klopp, man. Klopp worked wonders with these punts. All right, let's just dispel this, yeah, because I know bare people say this and whatnots. Let's not get it twisted, yeah. Let's not act like Klopp has been working with Brighton's players. Let's not act like Klopp's been working with Burnley players. Let's not act like Klopp's been working with like Wenger's of the like Squillaci and Koscielny's and flipping Sandra. Like, let's not act like he's been working with Andre Santos. And, like, let's not do like please. Like, let's not do that, please. Like that's one thing I don't like hearing is that but these men were not bums. Like Fabinho, did he not just come off winning the League with Monaco? Keita having a very good season with RB Leipzig. Mane ripping up the Prem. Salah, everyone knew and was having a good 2 seasons away from Chelsea. Van Dijk. Yeah, I mean, Robbo probably being one of the only few ones where you looked at and was like, okay, fair enough. You know what? He just got relegated with Hull. This might be a bit of a blah, blah, blah. And he didn't even start when he first came. Let's not act like this guy is picking up bums. Let's not act like he is finding gems. He doesn't find any gems. He's never found a gem in his life. Like, he's never done that. So, well, he's never done that at Liverpool. Let me not discredit his time at Dortmund or Mainz, I don't know. But at Liverpool, he's never done that. So let's not act like he's out here picking, the fruit from a tree and it's like a fine fruit. No, he's not. He's picking guys that you all know. You all knew Mane. You all knew Salah. You all knew Van Dijk. You all knew Lovren. You all knew, what do you call it? Who else has he got in? Nunes, we saw it from last season. We saw Diaz last season because they played against us. We saw Minamino the season that he played against us. Like Shaqiri, he's been about for years. Like Ginny, we saw him at we're talking about players that we've already seen. These men weren't bums. They weren't like gems or anything like that. So man's gonna when we're talking about Klopp, I'm not trying to discredit at all. I really want to get that stressed. And I need to get that across to people. I'm not trying to discredit anything he's done, but we need to stop acting like this guy was doing up nothing. Bro, he spent 75 million on a centre back, like what 50, 60 million on a goalkeeper. So let's not also act like, yeah, he wasn't out here having to spend money to get to the position that he was in. Man wasn't picking up £5 million deals and forming a team. Like, come on, man. Like, we do this too much as a fan base. Like, we act like this guy was just out here because we do the net spend thing. Fuck all the net spend stuff. I don't want to hear any of that. I'm trying to see what are you doing when the team is looking a bit crusty, when the team's not really looking all good, when the team's looking fugazi. Do you get what I'm trying to say? When we're in a position whereby we was in the 2021 season where you had no centre backs, for example. What do you do then? He even showed us in that season, bro. I don't even know what I'm doing, really and truly, but maybe I might be able to stumble across something. Alisson goal, boom, we make it into the top 4. Cool, we move. These times, Manchester United under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer finishing ahead of us, crazy. And then now we come to this, and we're acting as if like he's had squads and teams that shouldn't beat Nottingham Forest, shouldn't beat Crystal Palace, shouldn't beat Fulham, shouldn't beat Leeds. That's just 4 teams I'm talking about. Forget the rest. I'm just talking about 14. That's 12 points I expect you to get. I don't care who you're playing. I expect you to get that. So then again, I have to look at Klopp's got nothing to do with injuries or money or nothing. That's to do with Klopp. So we need to stop acting like this guy's just out here, yeah, like the pauper, like you just like Jerry says about the Oliver Twist thing, yeah, like please, sir, fuck all of that. Let's forget all of that. Klopp is not a tactically good manager. He's a very, very good motivator, like fantastic. Like
yeah, but we've said it. But we've said it. Where's the damn video? This is Klopp. If anyone knows, Anthony Robbins. Yes, we can, bro. At his best, that is motivating you to, put your hands in your pockets and, do whatever. You do whatever for him, and it's mad is that people still do whatever for him. Listen,
but once that's gone, but Jerry, once that's gone, that's it.
No, but guess what? It's never gonna go. Klopp could put a bomb, set a bomb off at Anfield, yeah, destroy the whole stadium. A statue will emerge from the ashes, bro.
Yeah, of course.
That's what it is. That's what it is. But guess what, G?
Chatton.
I've got so much to talk about. I don't really know where to start, right?
Wow.
So I know you do as well. So I think it's best, yeah, we open up the floor to some people, get some people on, give people 2 minutes to go and have their say. Because as much as it is obviously our show, we want them to be involved as well. So
yeah, no, of course.
Yeah, so people, the lines are open. We've got a couple people in the building already. Hit the like if you want to go and jump in. Let us know, because if not, the line's going to get dropped, closed, and we're going to carry on ranting. Maybe you just want to hear us rant. Maybe you want to join with us, but we're going to stay on. I'm going to run through some of the comments, wait for some people to come in, and then we'll get into the callers, man. You might as well make this a calling show, because Jesus, we got a lot to talk about. 146 people in the building, people. Make sure we're smashing the like. John saying Mitoma had Gomez do the Ice Spice twerk. Yeah. Feeling you? Then they got a month. Big up.
This is what we've come to,
It's mad. Egyptian King saying, the moment I seen C3P Fabinho and No Man Jones coming on, I was like, yep, we're losing this game. Yep, we are. We got Aaron Tavari saying Trent made a line clearance in the first 10 minutes. He did, and still got ripped. We got Gio the best saying, I can't lie, 97% of Liverpool fans is Klopp got it wrong and it's his fault, he's failing. And also 97% of Liverpool fans say he must re-sign a new contract.
That's so true.
No, but do you know what? It's the Mary J. Blige, Mr. Wrong kind of dynamic. You know what I mean? He and Mr. Wrong get along so good, even though he breaks my heart so bad, because it's wrong, but you like this special thing you've got. This is an abusive relationship. This is toxic. This is absolutely.
It's an abusive relationship.
It's just toxic, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's toxic. And where's Little Mo, man? Everyone needs to go and have a look at Little Mo. This is right now. This is what Klopp's making us look like as well, because he's not respecting the fans. He's not respecting the reporters. He's draped stuff like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's mad. We got Sarone James saying we made Mitoma look good against Leicester. He was average. He's looked good every time we've placed him now, so maybe it's us. Gio saying Trent needs a wing-back system. System's not going to change, so I don't know why we keep talking about it. Amirali saying, now put on some Tunaktun music, Hassan's favourite. Yeah, man, Hassan. You need to chat about your man as well. We've converted G, Mr. 350K himself. We're going to get into the players as well. I want to have a little vent first. Liam Smith saying, look, he's never been the best tactically, but his main tactic is so effective when it's at his best, and got things right, i.e. players and stuff, if that makes sense. Yeah, but is that a style of play? Is that a tactic?
This is what I'm saying about, like, everything has to fall into line. Like, why can't you do things under pressure? Why can't you do things when things are just not going in your favor? Like, why does it have to be everything's just got to be perfect? And when everything's perfect, Klopp looks amazing. It's like, come on, bro. Like, you were good in 2018 to 2020. No one's denying that. No one's saying anything against that. If you look at the seasons after that, where we haven't been that great in terms of, even last season, we played poorly, but we're able to somehow get all the way to these finals and things, which we played shit in every single one. Then it's like, right, okay, cool. You clearly are not that great, but one-offs, you can probably do it.
Yeah, it's mad. We might as well look. We're gonna bring him in. We're gonna bring in the first caller. We got Revenite in the building. Can you hear us, Revenite?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. Big up, lads. Big up.
Big up Revenite,
yeah, chat to us, man. Chat to us. First time you've called in, but I need to.
It's nice putting a face to the name.
Exactly. I've heard Revenite. I've seen Revenite, but big up. We need to chat. What's going on, man? What's going on?
No, I agree. I agree with a lot of what you guys saying, to be honest, because I've been in other chats arguing with people about Klopp today, to be honest, because it's just like it's like a religion right now, man. It's like everything's about the past, like we can't talk about now. It's not been long enough. Give him the season, all of that stuff, and it's just like sometimes you see stuff that it's gonna get worse. Because I just feel like Klopp's so much more involved than people want to admit, but they just won't want to admit it. And it's just so many fans, and like I'm just sick of seeing the same thing in match day again and again and again, and like the same sub, the same formation, the same like how can a good coach see this again and again and not do anything? It's just so annoying. Like I don't get it. I really don't get it.
Facts. I mean. This is what I'm talking about. Is that this is when the questions got to be posed, isn't it? Someone keeps doing the same thing over and over again, and you're questioning yourself. Why on earth is Klopp doing the same thing over and over again, and he's a good manager? You then have to start to question: are you still that good manager? I'm actually going to go out and say it at this moment in time. Are you still that good manager? Because the things that you used to be able to do before, you can't do against that. Fabinho. How long are we going to keep saying Fabinho's a world class? I still see some people saying Fabinho's a world class midfielder. We can't get rid of him.
That's done. He's not anymore. Like, did you see today? Like, how long did he last? A minute, and he just tried to take someone out. I mean, what kind of a world class midfielder does that? This is ridiculous. I mean, yeah. Oh,
no, go on.
Yeah, it's just so many players. It's just so many things wrong. I mean, like we've talked about before, the injuries under training aren't ridiculous. Then now we've got players that just don't look like they care. They're not playing anymore. Like I just like that. Like Salah is a shadow of himself now. He doesn't give a crap. You've got all these players, like people saying that they're bums. I think half these, like 90% of this team want bums. So I don't agree with that. Like,
yeah,
it's just this season. Something's happened. I don't. There's so many things wrong that it's so confusing to get it down to one thing. But I think that Klopp is so involved in all of this that surely a lot of that would change if he was gone. Like, surely we'd get something different, right? So
that's what it is, man.
Revenant, I'm with you, bro. I will die on this hill. When Liverpool decide to change managers and people keep saying that, in regards to like changing managers, or who can come in and work under these, blah, 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 as if to say that Brighton are working with a £400 million, transfer budget every season. It's laughable when I hear these kind of things, because there are so many managers, not even just top, like ones that we know of. There are so many different types of managers. You can come in and do different types of things. And I think that what you're saying there, you hit the nail on the head about these guys weren't bums. Like, we can't call. I'm never going to say that these guys are bums. How can I call them bums? Like, they won the Premier League literally 3 years ago. Do you know? And they got to a quad. They tried for a quad last season. They can't all of a sudden just become bums. As you said, something must be wrong with the coaching and stuff. And you can see it. We watch the games. Like, I'm sure Revenant, you watch every game as well. You see it. Players, you see certain players are just not really putting their all into it. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But guess what? Either they go or the manager goes. And I'm sure you can't kick out 11 to 15 players out of a team anyway. So unfortunately, you're going to need to get someone else in, someone who isn't going to make substitutions like Henderson and Fabinho coming on the pitch. That would be a start. That would be a really, really good start.
Yeah.
Well, as long as well, with Klopp doesn't want to replace half these players, so he's also a hindrance. So you want to replace the players, but he's stopping them being replaced. So
Exactly. Well, look, Revenite, big up to yourself for calling on. Nice to put a face and a voice to a name as well.
Yeah, real talk, man. Call in again,
make sure as well, because you've been here from early. You've been part of the pack from early, the Wolf pack. So big up to your damn self.
Cheers, guys.
More, man. Take it easy, man.
Cheers, guys. See you later.
Nice one, man.
Yeah, man. Big up, like, and look, Chris D saying here, look, name one manager. Do you know what's crazy? And big up to Chris D. But when we're speaking about
Luis Enrique, Thomas Tuchel, I'd rather have Pochettino, I'd rather have Zidane, I'd rather have Thomas Frank, I'd rather have.
You see some of the names that you've gone and said, right? You've mentioned names of managers that, and a lot of people do this. You're looking at Klopp at his best currently, like at his best, what Klopp's done, so past tense, and saying, you know what, if we can go and get a manager that can do what Klopp's done in the past or more frequently, then that's the manager we've got. But there's not a lot of managers that are out there because Pep's at Man City, you've got other managers that obviously are tied to contracts, right? We actually, in the situation we're in, we don't need that. Mm-hmm. So it actually opens up the door, because what you need right now is to build a team again. It's not about you've got the players, you're just not mixing the ingredients properly. You ain't even got the ingredients now.
I agree.
Okay. You haven't got the ingredients, so you might as well and this is what I'm saying. De Zerbi went De Zerbi until De Zerbi became De Zerbi. Arteta went Arteta until Arteta's doing what Arteta's doing and was able to go and build it. Even Klopp weren't Klopp until he did what he did at Dortmund. You weren't Klopp before then.
Facts.
You had to go and build. The fact that Liverpool are in a rebuilding stage, the basis on why Klopp should stay is based on what he's done previously, not what he's actually doing. And if you went and saw, you know what, he's doing his best. If you believe he's doing as best as he can with the ingredients he's got, then that's fair. But then I don't think anyone would be annoyed. If I know for a fact, G, if you looked around and was like, this is our squad, you know, like when we had the injury-ridden season with no centre backs, we kind of felt this is the best he could do given the ingredients he's got. Yes, he made mistakes and stuff in terms of not playing his set, but it's the best that he could do. Looking at it, and he's not doing the best he can do. Do people believe that the team that he put out today shouldn't beat Brighton? Shouldn't have beat Nottingham Forest? Shouldn't have beat Fulham? Shouldn't have been Brentford?
I forgot.
It's madness. When I think about it, it's madness. Yeah, man, it's crazy. But big up to everyone in the building.
Guys, I'm expecting to see over 100 likes, man. I'm seeing over 180 people in here. I'm expecting to see over 100 likes, man.
Exactly. But look, we're gonna get the next caller in. We've got Co-op. Big up Co-op.
Big up Co-op.
Big up, guys.
What are you telling me, bro?
What are you telling us, man? Is this the first time you're calling in, Co-op?
No, but
no, he's called in.
I called in before still.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Big up to yourself, man. Chat to us, man. Help us break this down. Give us something. Maybe we're seeing things wrong. Maybe what is off the boil.
What I think is, basically, like these players, they were in their prime and they had a system in their prime minute, and now they're all washed, innit? Apart from Alisson, they're all like either mentally drained or physically, innit? That's what I think, innit? And I don't think anyone can come and do a job with these lot, man. Like in any way, man. Like it's literally, I want everyone out, low key, and Klopp, new owners and Klopp, like to do the rebuild, because unless we're gonna do it Arteta, and I don't think we have the patience to be doing it Arteta, like because Arsenal were in, at least we had some trophies in the last couple of years. Arsenal were in the bin, innit? And they had time to be rebuilding. They had a rebuilding time. Like it could have taken him 5 years, and their fans would have been patient as long as there was some sort of progression at the end of it. But bro, like, I don't want to hear about Enrique and that. Like, bro, the guy got crashed on in the World Cup, bro. Like, for Spain and that, bro. Like, he's not that guy, man. Like, man's gonna come. Do you think he even knows how to manage Milner? Does he even know what a Milner is? Like, he don't know what a Milner is, bro.
I said, you know what I mean?
But where's he gonna play him? Like, he's gonna look at most of these, man. He's gonna know the bait ones like Salah and shit. He's not gonna Potter. Like, maybe if we got Potter or someone like that, like. But Potter's already tied down. Like, the Zerbi guy, like, I don't really know about him, but he seems to be. And I feel like you lot are underestimating Brighton as well, man. Brighton got a good core strength. They got a good spine and that, man. And they've added year by year. They've added players onto it. Like, it's not a given that we should be beating Brighton in this day and age, man. Because
hold on. Okay, so just before you continue on that point, yeah, you're talking about a team who almost won a quad, less than 6 months ago, right? And you're saying in this day and like, you know what? Forget what day and age it is. You're saying that they shouldn't even be expecting to beat Brighton. Now, I'm not disrespecting Brighton because Brighton are a very, very good team, but that should be one of them ones where. Man, no, yeah, he's a baller. Yeah, he's a baller. Man can't chat to me though, but he's a baller. Like, he himself is a baller, but he can't chat to me though. That's how I look at Brighton. That's how we should be looking at Brighton. Like, I could look at like my little brother and be like, yeah, he's all right at ball, but you can't chat to me at ball, but you're good at, you know what I'm saying? You're good in your own level, in your own kind of state. Man can't look at Brighton and say, yeah, we can't. Brighton. But this ain't Arsenal, this ain't Man United, this ain't Chelsea, this ain't Man City. Man, I can never look at Brighton and think, yeah,
bro,
man,
we used to slap Arsenal like all the time, like home and away, like all the time for years. Create highlight reels, like Brighton. Basically, right now, I think they have a structure. Everyone, Lewis Dunk today was playing some disgusting passes, bro.
100%.
The guy,
he's
like,
done that. But he's done that.
Now they got that oomph, man. They got that little bit of.
They've got that. Do it is. They've got that oomph because they've obviously before who did they have before Potter? It was Chris Hughton, isn't it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, it was actually. I was thinking of the Huddersfield guy. Yeah, it was
Chris Hughton. Yeah, it was Chris Hughton. Then Potter. Potter was able to go and play a certain style, but he didn't want that from his because they were becoming popular in terms of how they were playing. Potter was becoming popular as an English manager. They've been put on that in that role. But if you went back into the Championship, Dunk's been doing that. Dunk's been taking set pieces. Dunk's been doing that.
Yeah.
What you're seeing right
it's just
now,
consistency level now.
Exactly. And what you're seeing is we're saying they've got a good core and stuff. Caicedo weren't playing. Trossard's left.
Dan Burn left not too long ago.
Burn left. Who else? Who else? Who was in that midfield?
Maupay left not too long ago. Like they seem to just keep going around and around and around. I think that's more.
Today Lallana didn't play.
I think the players just got hunger, man, and they got energy in it. They got enthusiasm in it. Like, we ain't got enthusiasm in our play.
But if I was to go and say to you, Klopp, who's the manager, right? Who's the manager that can build and develop that enthusiasm within players in world football? You'd say it's Klopp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
100%. The main person. So if he can't do it, where do you go from there?
100%. That's what I'm thinking. And tactically, I don't think there's, the old school managers like the Ancelottis and that. Tactically, that's who I associate tactics with, innit? Like the Rafa Benitez, the Ancelotti, the Mourinho's, the Peps and shit. Like, they'll chop and change and they'll have like little adaptations, like, to just kind of get over the line and stuff like that. Klopp's just a Mr. Motivator. Like, we know this, innit? But at the same time, I don't think, like, especially a foreign manager, like, what's it called? I don't know, like, no, I don't want to keep on saying Enrique, but he seems the most popular guy, innit? I can't see Enrique coming.
Good brand of football. That's why.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is?
To me, obviously, this is just my own.
Yeah, do you know what it's got? At this point, obviously, look, the appointment's got to be smart. But we're throwing names out there, but there may be reasons as to why and why not you wouldn't have that manager. So we're all entitled to opinions. But there has to be a change somewhere. Like, so you either change the play. Look, I said it. You change the manager, you change the players, or you change the tactics. We're not doing none of them.
100%.
We're not making any changes.
100%.
So anyone that's advocating for any change, I'm on board with it. I'm actually on board with it right now. You want to go and play 5 at the back? Play 5 at the back. You want to change the players? Sack the
I don't
whole
want to
squad.
see 5 at the back, you know.
No, but I don't care. I just want results. I don't care. Like, why would you care? If you make me get results, why would you care at this point?
Yeah,
Style
like
of
a
play
like a
Yeah,
Tuchel. I don't think that could work, bro. Like Tuchel, bro. He needs a unlimited like spending and that, like, and he's gonna play 5 at the back as well, man.
We've got 3 centre backs. We've got 5 centre backs in the team. We've got wing backs that can't defend, or full backs that can't defend at the moment.
Yeah, but then that's gonna
Midfield can't run.
Yeah,
when you break
I
it
hear
down,
you.
when you break it down, it's mad because you're not a fan, but when you break it down, you're like, actually, why not give it a chance, innit? But like I said, so hold on, Clark, before you head out, yeah. So what would you change in that regard? So also there's the 3 pillars, right? You got the manager, you got the players, you got the owners as well, right?
Yeah,
so owners for you, the main thing you want to change, yeah.
Owners out, and then followed by Klopp out, whatever. Start from scratch, innit? Get rid of the whole squad, man. Like, gut them, innit? Gut the whole squad. Get rid of everybody, man. Like, keep the youngsters and the ones that are the new signings and that, and build from there, man. Maybe a Xabi Alonso, see how he does until the end of the season. But I wouldn't do nothing hasty at the moment. Get rid of Klopp mid-season and shit, like, to get like some next guy. Like, I wouldn't do that, innit? I'll just steady the ship. But we need to apply pressure on these owners, and they need to get out, because there needs to be some sort of someone that's got like some sporting interest in the club, innit? These lot are just like flipping, man, like an ounce of weed and that, bro. Like, it's not working, bro. Like, can't be flipping and then just making prof. Like, we're not seeing the prof, we're not seeing nothing. Like, bro, they need to just allow it.
We don't even break it even at the moment, man. It's all crazy.
Yeah, like they're just doing stuff like every year.
Supply, innit? Looking at the players, like, this pack's loyal, bro. This pack's loyal, you know, like that.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, man. That's all I want to say, to be honest. Like, I'm not Klopp out in it. I'm not Klopp out. The guy, like, he's giving me great times and shit. That's my guy. I'm invested fully in it. So
I feel you.
I want Henderson out and Fabinho out before I want Klopp out. I want Salah out before I want Klopp out. I want Robertson out before I want Klopp out. Like, did you not see Robertson today doing 1-man press, bro? Leaving big gaps, bro, getting exposed. What's wrong with my man, bro? There's enthusiasm, but his enthusiasm is like he's on something, like he's on something and that. Like, man's going on 1-man mission, like some Braveheart, Mel Gibson thing, bro. Down the left.
I know, but
the
fact that he feels that he
then
can do
just
that
get
in the
popped
team,
around, like.
But the thing is, the fact that he feels that he can do that in the team, even when things are going wrong, suggests to me there's no control in that squad at the moment. Because I'm telling you now, you see at Pep, look, G, if Rico Lewis or Cancelo or anyone just started running around the pitch trying to do a 1-man press, they'd be off in seconds, bro. They'd be off
in that first half, bro.
In that first half, they'd be off. But quite, man. What happened? Did he just dust out?
Oh, right. Yeah, probably did. But big up yourself, though. No, big up. Some of the stuff he was saying as well, like, man, I'm not even disagreeing. And guys, by the way, I'm not one of them people. I ain't gonna fight you if anyone's saying, yeah, they want Klopp in. And what Co-op said, his reasoning behind why he's not a Klopp out individual, I fully hear it, man. I fully hear it. Like, and I actually understand why you would think that way, kind of thing. But I think for me, I'm just always looking forward, kind of thing, and I try to always see the next year, 2 years, and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, even with money, I don't really see the situation getting that much better. So I'd rather just get something new, something fresh.
Exactly, man. We've got the next caller on, and to be fair, man, it's been a long time coming. Yeah, I mean, we've got Mr. K-Mac himself, Chris.
Hey guys, how you doing?
What's up, Chris? How you doing?
I'm a big fan now. Big fan now.
Yeah, big up. Appreciate it, man.
Okay, so GTV. Jeez, man, I'm starting to agree with you. Oh, okay. So
chat to me.
I'm into my conspiracy theories. Okay. What if Pep Ljinders is actually sabotaging Klopp to take his job? Because, man, I'm watching that team, and that is not a Klopp team anymore.
Agreed.
Like some of the stuff Pep's come out with recently in his interviews, like he did a 4-4-2 interview like in a magazine, which I don't think Klopp's even done one yet. And he's literally saying that the players come to him 7 times before they even approach the manager. Like, talk about undermining someone who's basically made you who you are, because Pep and Ljinders was managing NEC, and you know, he was a nobody until he got on board with the Klopp train.
Agreed.
And the stuff like that is just, it's weird as well, because last year when all the stuff started going on about the club and people started leaving, you know, Mike Edwards started leaving, the doctor left, all of our recruitment team left, and then obviously the club went up for sale. It feels like nobody is on board anymore. Like, everybody's kind of undecided what's going on. You know, at the end of the day, I work for a company which got bought out by another company, and so many of the staff left, and so many of the staff that stayed didn't know what was going on. And I feel like Liverpool is literally like that right now. Like, he's bringing Henderson on, and Henderson's basically doing what he did when he was 28, just running around like a headless chicken, just trying to trying to press everyone and not doing anything. And he's supposed to be the captain. Like, even the Brighton goal, did you see where he was for the Brighton goal? The last one that won the game.
Yeah,
he was just stood there on his own in the middle of the goal. Like, there was no one near him, and he could see that free kick was going to that guy that was stood on his own. And him and Milner, who are supposed to be our captains, supposed to be captain 1 and captain 2, they let that happen. And like, it's just hard. It's so hard to watch it right now. Like, and it just feels like everything's fallen apart from inside the club, and it's now seeping out onto the pitch. And we've always had injuries. We've always had problems.
Yeah.
But now we're like Arsenal. Like, literally, I don't want players to train because they come back worse. Like since Nunes has been training, he keeps on getting injured. Like, just stop him training so he can play. And if he's going to play, and if you're not going to play him because he's injured, then let him get fit first before you start putting him on the bench injured. And he keeps on saying in all the press meetings, like, oh, I didn't play Henderson, I didn't play Fabinho, I didn't play him, because they weren't fit. So why are you bringing them on for like 30 minutes in a match if they're not fit? Man, talk to me, please. GTV, talk to me. I just don't want to rant.
No, to be honest, I want to hear it because I feel like I'm sick of ranting myself. But I was going to ask you, in regards to like your, you mentioned like your company were basically kind of going through like the same thing in terms of, you know, people leaving, you know, having a takeover and stuff like that.
Yeah, they got bought out and they merged, and there was just a complete disruption inside the company. Like, so the managers obviously had to report to other people. And the people below them weren't sure who they were supposed to report to. And then there was all kinds of changes that were going on. And the thing about it as well is Billy Hogan's now in charge of trying to find someone to buy the club. Who's doing his job? And then who's doing the person who's doing Billy Hogan's job, and so on and so forth. And is Klopp now just doing too much? Because this is what happened in Dortmund. And this is what Michael Korg said about Klopp's Achilles heel. His Achilles heel is when he has too much control and when he has too many things that he has to manage. And I feel like he's got too much that he's managing. I mean, if he's turning around and he's saying he doesn't want players, or he's looking at players, that's not his job. Like, and also, if he's having to go to the owners all the time because maybe Billy Hogan's not doing that now, you know, and we haven't got a director of football, or the person who's supposed to be doing director of football isn't really a director of football. It's all a bit, and all of our dirty laundry is getting aired constantly as well. And that never happened. That used to happen under Rodgers because Rodgers just had a big mouth and he was just ego. But like, you just don't know about what's going on behind the scenes at Liverpool when Klopp was there, when we got Klopp. And now it seems like all of our stuff's coming out in the open. about things that happened in training. What was it? The asthma thing that's going on as well, about people having breathing problems. Like, all this shit just keeps on coming out. And yeah, go on.
Yeah, what it is for me is that, like, and this is why I struggle. It's when you hear that Klopp's taken more control in the club, he's involved in the transfers more, he's doing much more, and then you appropriate that and you combine that with what you've just said about in Dortmund and that being his Achilles heel. I don't understand how people are trying their hardest to separate Klopp from what's going on. Because I think if there was a focus on, look, Klopp, you're the reasons to why this is happening. Well, one of the big key reasons, one of the pillars as to why this is happening, things will change. But what happens is that reporters are not even speaking to him. He gets agitated and aggressive. Instead of us as fans calling that out and be like, well, no, that is a valid question that we need a proper answer for, not something that you just chuck away or make a sarcastic comment that makes the whole or the rest of the broadcasters and the reporters laugh. It's no, take some accountability, because we're enabling him to be able to go and do this. By even talking about it's crazy. By even talking about Ljinders, even if that conspiracy is right, we shouldn't be speaking about Ljinders, because when Jose Mourinho was in charge, or when Ferguson was in charge, and things when shit was hitting the fan, no one in their right mind was talking about the number 2. No one.
Mm-hmm. I've never seen an assistant manager have more publicity. Like, literally, like just doing a press conference. Like, why is your assistant manager doing a press conference? Like, you might as well just get your captain to do it.
Exactly.
But then, why is your captain doing a press conference? You're the manager.
100%.
Like, I don't understand that. That really baffles me. And it's this whole, like, our assistant manager is sometimes stood on the touchline and Klopp sat down. Like, what's all that?
It's almost like we've got. I think Jerry mentioned it's like on a different stream a while back. It's almost like we've got 3 different teams that we're seeing. We've got FSG players, you've got Klopp's players, and you've got Pep Ljinders players. So obviously your Gakpos, your Nunes, people of that kind of ilk. Your FSG players, you'd probably say, are like your Carvalhos, maybe your Elliots, and then you've got the Klopp players, obviously Hendos, Milners, Van Dijks, and people like that. We've got all of these kind of players. That's never going to work. It can never ever work.
Hendo's not a Klopp player.
Oh yeah, well, he was there obviously prior to Klopp obviously coming there, but in terms of just his influence,
I agree with that. But I actually think there's another set of players which are in that mold.
Go on.
And it's the director of football's players.
Potentially, yeah.
I think he's signed a huge amount of players, and I also feel that he wanted to get rid of a lot of players as well. I think he left the club because Klopp didn't want to sell Hendo, and he wanted to give him another 4-year contract when he's 31. Like that's just madness.
And like everything you're saying, 100%, I agree with you. And I think these are the kind of little things, and what Jerry just said there a minute ago about, how people can't, like, not really understanding how people don't seem to be able to, or seem to want to, like, separate, the two. And it's like, well, you got to understand, like, Klopp came out, publicly in a press conference and said, he wanted to keep Jordan Henderson here. He's going to make sure that deal gets done, which if you like, and this is why I say, sometimes I feel that people say he can't come out and speak. He can come out and speak when he wants to. He just chooses not to. So when he came out and mentioned that about Jordan Henderson, you got to realize the type of pressure that's going to put on the board, the owners, and everyone behind the scenes to the fans. If at that time, if they said, no, we're not going to give Jordan Henderson a contract, we're going to sell him to, I think it was Atletico Madrid at the time, we're going to sell him off, blah, blah, blah. The absolute hate that we would have received, and considering that we were a team who were just going that way at that time, we were going up, so everything was working in our favor, we were likable, all of these kind of various different things. They think about these things. They're not silly, they're not idiots. They've made a lot of money, so they do understand how it works to make more money. When they see these kind of things, they're not going to go against the fans. They're not going to do that. They're going to make sure that we keep the fans on side, because they also know that they've got their own agendas that they need to run, and they need to make sure that they've kept fans on side, i.e. Super League, obviously later on the furloughs and stuff like that. They need to make sure.
50-50 though, isn't he? He's always been a 50-50 with the fans.
Yes.
He has. It's like, well, just look at it now.
Yeah.
And it's weird. And it's weird, like looking at hindsight. And you have to understand that I'm talking about other things and not the shite on the pitch, because I think a lot of this has brought us the shite on the pitch. If I'm honest, I mean, it's literally insanity right now because he's playing the same thing over and over again, thinking he's going to get a different outcome, and he's just not. Like that midfield is just a mess. Like, we've signed Diago since like 2017, and he's the only first team player we've signed to put into the team. That's just insane. Like, all the other players were players to back the other players up. Like, the whole system from day one is Klopp signing a load of players to make it to the end of his tenure, and his tenure was supposed to be next year. Okay, because if he hadn't have signed the new contract, then he wouldn't have stayed on longer. And I really do feel that he hadn't planned to stay any longer.
Yeah, I
and
agree.
There's been no planning for that. Hence, we've still got loads of old players that are coming to the end of their careers. Because if Klopp was leaving, he'd do exactly what he did with Dortmund, and he'd leave the club with a load of old players. Because that's what happened at Dortmund. That's what happened at Mainz. He left the club and everyone was burnt out, and Thomas Tuchel had to come in and do a massive refresh.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's what's happened. And it looks like it's repeated itself again. And everyone talks about this 7-year itch thing. It really does look like it's a thing. It looks like he's never been able to do what an Alex Ferguson can do, and I hate saying his name, but a rebuild of a full squad from start to finish. Yeah. Like, as in, you bring all your players in, they get right to the end of it, they get right to a certain age, you win everything with them, and then you bring another lot in, and then you bring another lot in. He's not been able to do that at any club, and it looks like he's not going to be able to do it with us. I don't think he'll make it to the end of the season. I really don't. I feel like he's going to walk. Like, he is angry all the time. Now he started smiling when teams score.
Yeah,
like laughing.
That's
laughing
a sign of praising.
Like, I want you to be angry. Like, I want you to jump up and down. Like, I want you to grab Joe Gomez and drag him off the pitch and like say to him, like, why are you turning your back on players in your own penalty area? Like, take the ball in your face like Jamie Carragher would. You know what I mean? He's done it twice. He did it twice against Brighton.
He's done it. He's done it more than twice. He's done it more than twice, Chris. Like, that's the thing. So it's just
back down and like stuck his arse towards their player. I was like, what the hell is that? Yeah. In 92nd minute, like, literally, the guy had 3 touches in the box. 3 touches. He went round Gomez and then just went, I'm just going to be taking goal then. There's no one here.
That first touch in the box, he should have been eaten. He should have been eaten alive. But look, I mean, I don't really know what to add, Chris. You spoke on a lot of facts. There's nothing to. Yeah, that's what it's always.
I had to get everything in.
Good, man. Listen, it's amazing.
Thanks for letting me on here because I love talking like about football. Like, I love talking about football.
Anytime that we do a call in, make sure you're calling in, man. Make sure you're calling in.
I'm always listening to your show, man.
Yeah, fantastic. Appreciate it so much.
Keep it real,
guys. Give it up for Chris Mack, man. Appreciate it. Okay, man.
Keep it real.
Big up, man.
A lot of people just speaking facts. It's just facts upon facts. I just don't.
You know what? Actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna say facts upon facts. I think what we're hearing is more the fact that people are just because I guess it's all opinionated. People are just starting to see the little things, and Chris, he summed it up perfectly there. Like, you're starting to notice all of these things because now you're starting to question everything a little bit more. Whereas when we were winning, we weren't saying anything. We all sat there. Well, some of us anyway sat there, kept quiet, didn't even think there was anything wrong because we weren't looking at the future. We were so wrapped up in the here and now because we keep doing what Liverpool fans always do, which is we think about the past. We keep getting told about Hicks and Gillette. Oh, remember when, you know, how they left us and blah blah. FSG did this, and we were finishing mid-table before, and we had Roy Hodgson era, and look at the players we had, and blah 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 blah. That we weren't focusing on the future with Klopp. We were too busy wrapped up in what he was doing today, when we should have been looking at how's tomorrow looking. Unfortunately, now we're here. We're all scrambling around trying to find answers. There probably is no answers. Who's gonna know? Who's gonna know?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Let's get the next caller on before we obviously we'll obviously just chat about the players individually and obviously then head off because we don't even know where to go from here. You got Streets Approved Thames. Big up to Thames.
Big up, man.
You here?
You're on mute, by the way. If you don't know.
Yeah. What are you saying?
What's going on? You good?
Wait, yeah, I'm calm. Can you not hear me properly?
Yeah, all good, man.
I'm using. Cool. I just wanted to say big up to you lot. I know it's a late stream. You lot of grafting, you lot of grinding. Just want to say we appreciate that. Do you know what I mean? Us Liverpool fans, we got to stick together. We need the therapy. Do you know what I mean? It's all love. But yeah, actually, let me just get into it. So I agree with pretty much 99% of what you lot are saying. I think it's the harsh realities. A lot of us need to hear it. But what I will say, I feel like we've got a lot of smoke for the manager in it. And even though I agree, like for example, I think Klopp's tactical deficiencies, they show themselves from time to time, even today. And obviously this whole season, I think, he's definitely shown that he's not of that elite level like a lot of us thought he was tactically. But I do also feel like, me personally, watching the game today, I think Klopp coached the win. Now, it sounds crazy, but I saw us create multiple chances. Like today, I was watching that game thinking we could score more than one. Whereas if I look at some of the previous games that we've played, I didn't really know where the goal was going to come from. Today, it kind of looked like there was a possibility for us to actually score some goals. That's what I will say today. And I feel like Brighton's first goal, do you know what I mean, come off one of our players. And obviously they scored another one. So it was kind of like, but aside from that, I think today Klopp coached the win. I just kind of feel like we need to get onto some of these players, man. Like, I don't know. I think the last call I spoke about it, but Gomez turned his back. Robertson today. Like, for me, I just think there's so much a manager can do. Like, we can't legislate for... A lot of these players for me are whatless now. I'm not going to lie. Whatless. Like, they're... Right. I don't know what's happened. It seems as if every player under Liverpool that plays on the clock has a peak for about 3 years, and then they just dip. Like, as in, it just goes downhill from there. I think we need to look at our training methods. I think we need to look at so many things, because these players, it just looks like they're not of the level anymore. And obviously, Jerry, you mentioned it. We can't replace the whole squad. Obviously, we've got to look at the manager. The manager has to be able to get the best out of what he's got. But I just look at some of these players. Like, for example, Konate was defending by himself this whole game. In fact, I think he's been defending by himself this whole season. Trent, Matoma was having his way. Matoma was having his way with Trent. It looked horrible. And Salah, we talk about Nunes, but I don't know, man. I know we've had conversations about Salah, but we actually have to. I think he needs to hold bench for a while, and it's not like, I'm not talking about drop him to rest. I think he just needs to sit out maybe a few weeks and just not play football. I think he needs to collect himself. I'm not sure. Wagwan, I'm not sure if someone said he was celebrating Christmas and that's why it's falling off. Don't know, but we gotta look into that, man. We gotta investigate that. Gakpo, I'm not impressed, man. I gotta be real. Yeah, touches and that, clean, tidy. I'm not impressed. I'm not moved. Like, we get signings, they move you. Modric for Chelsea against Liverpool, he moved me. Gakpo ain't moved me. I ain't get up my seat. Elliot, fair enough. He got a nice goal. He created one today as well for Salah. Listen, Elliot, do you know what? Today, I understood why Klopp played Elliot. I think Elliot was more of a midfield as opposed to left wing. I think he was occupying more of a central mid area, but that's not his position. We've already established that. Don't know why Klopp still persists on doing that. But honestly, yeah, bottom line for me today, if I'm just looking at it a bit objectively, I think obviously we'll give Klopp his smoke, but I think today he actually coached a win. And I just kind of look at the goals that Brighton scored, the first one in particular. If that doesn't happen, do you know what I mean? Who knows what the game's like? And obviously, if we take a few of our chances, it could be a totally different game. I think we approached it way better than we did the first time. But that's the thing. Obviously, when you lose, you learn from it. But obviously, I think tactically, De Zerbi still outdone Klopp today, which is obviously the main issue. But yeah, that's just, I mean, that's just my opinion. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there today.
Yeah. Big up Thames, man. We're gonna chop that out. We'll chop that up now because I think you made a lot of fair facts, a lot of fair points as well. But yeah. Is this the first time you've called in as well?
Yeah, it's the first time. But I don't know if you've noticed or something. I mean, sometimes, you know what I mean, I'll be in the comments a few times.
No. I see you in the comments all the time. I'm asking if this is called in. Like I said, it's good to put a voice to someone that you speak. Obviously.
Oh yeah. 100. Yeah, this is my first time. But yeah, no, listen, you lot. Listen, big fan. G. Listen, all you lot, Romz as well. Who else is about? Ish. Yeah, Ish. Yeah, listen, the whole team. Obviously, there's Mots as well and all that. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? It's a nice community you guys have built. Shout out to the Coppish lads as well. I'm gonna tune into what they said as well. But yeah, like it's a nice little community you guys got going on. I'm a big fan of it. I'm a huge supporter.
Big up, man. We appreciate it.
Love and appreciation, bro. Honestly.
No, of course, man. Love you, yeah.
Love, man. Yeah, man. I mean, look, he's chatting a lot of sense.
A lot of sense, man.
A lot of sense. Like the players do need to get a grilling, and I think obviously we're going to go and do that after we get through the callers. We just needed a time and a place to vent primarily and first and foremost. But a lot of the stuff he spoke about is funny, isn't it? Because he says, "Look, the players are not here, and that we coached the win." And it goes back to what I'm saying. I'm starting to question: is Klopp coaching the win, or is it the players that are performing and coaching themselves the win? Because are we seeing anything differently tactically to suggest that he's done something in the game to move the needle in any direction? So what was different between this game and the Brighton game? If someone says to me attitude, that's an intangible. What are the tangible things that Klopp's done to go and make a change? Now, a great example, Elliot playing on the left, playing in that centre role. Maybe that was it. Maybe it was. I'm not going to go and deny that. I don't know, though. I don't know. What do you think? Oh, wow. G. Looks like G's gone frozen. Yeah, I guess it's going to be me for now. We'll see if G comes back. But yeah, people, it's that's what it is for me. That's what it is for me. So when I'm standing around and looking and I'm like, Klopp's done X, Y, Z. Cool. What has he done? How effective has it been? How does that enable us to kind of move forward? That's and that's what it is for me. So we're looking at Klopp. I just don't see how. If Klopp coached the win today, what did he do in this game that we can go and transfer over into the next game? I don't know what that is, and I can't see it, so I'm not sure. But who am I? We got. Do you know what I mean? We got Co-op laughing. We got HM saying Klopp got G. Yeah, G's been taken out.
Sorry, guys. No.
Klopp took you out, innit? Klopp took you out. I thought I was speaking. I thought I'd frozen. I was like, oh no, I got this.
Oh no. I had to just quickly dip out and then dip back in. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, cool. No worries, man. No worries. But yeah, quickly just to summarize, man, he's talking a lot of sense. But what if for any positives that we've seen in this game today? How can we go and move that over into the next game? How can we take that into the next game? Because if Klopp coached the win, as Klopp said, how did he coach the win?
I think more. The only thing I can probably realistically say is that we're still conceding chances, but I think we don't look as bad as when, previously, especially, with that midfield options. I think when he has Darwin Núñez in there, it will look a little bit different. At the moment, he's got Gakpo in there. He's got Elliott in there as well. One of those two obviously going to drop out. I do hear what Streets is saying. Everyone knows Salah's my guy. Like I'll always try and back him as much as I can. I can't do that anymore. I agree he does need to hold bench for a little while. The problem that you have is that in this current state of play, he can either do one of two things. Either he plays a formation that only requires, let's say, 2 strikers, so maybe a Darwin Núñez and someone else, or he just has to drop Salah for like a Ben Doak or something of that kind of it, or you go Harvey Elliott, Gakpo, and Darwin Núñez, or Gakpo on the left, Darwin Núñez through the middle with Elliott out on the right. That might be something he's going to have to just try out, because at the moment he's just not getting a tune out of these guys, like in a general sense, because I can't remember who put it in the comments earlier on about Brighton's XG and Liverpool's XG. That's quite frightening. Theirs was like 2 point something and ours was like, I can't remember what it was now. But it's I'm still watching these games, and as I said, previously, we're watching Liverpool, and it just seems like at points in this season, either he gets one thing wrong, or one thing right, should I say, and 2 things wrong. So either the defense is absolutely fine, but the midfield and attack is rubbish, or midfield is now fine, but the attack is now rubbish. Defense is okay, kind of thing. Like, although we still got a few issues with players' mistakes and stuff like that, but that's not on Klopp. So it's like there's always seemingly an issue there. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And listen, Rabona, I fully hear it. 350,000 to sit on the bench, but at this current moment in time, we don't have time to be in a position whereby we can start choosing favorites now, because we're in a diet, guys. We are 9th. Like we are 9th. Like we ain't got time for all of that. Yeah, he's on 350 bags. Like we need to just keep on the pitch. Now we ain't got time for that. We actually need to start looking at things and saying, maybe we sell you at your peak now. You signed a new deal, so whoever signs you now is going to have to pay some pretty big money, and then whatever they want to pay for your wages. So maybe now is the time. I don't know, but something needs to literally jolt this team and for the rest of the season, just like Diaz did when we signed him. He came in, he was just a breath of fresh air to a team that was, like we said, was kind of playing a bit poorly anyway, but we were getting through with like Mo Salah scoring wonder goals against Man Cities and stuff like that. We was just getting by it. But then when that dried up, you started to see Fabinho was our top goal scorer in the January of last year. People forget he was our top goal scorer. That shows you the depths of where we were at that moment in time. So when he came in, it was a breath of fresh air. Gakpo isn't really providing that. Mo, maybe you need to hit the bench. Ben Doak, fans are going to take to you because you're young, and fans are going to give you time. So we're not going to get onto Ben Doak. If we think he's not good enough, he's just not good enough. Maybe he might be a bit of a spark. Maybe Elliott ought to stay on the right. I don't know, man, but something needs to be jolted with this team. And when I'm looking at the Brighton game today, we created, but I don't feel like they were like clear-cut chances. Like I said, whoever put it in the comment, I'll try and find it, about the XG for Liverpool. But the XG, and I think you said it after half-time, second half, it was 0.06. That's low, man. That is low. That tells me we're not really creating chances like that. So, something needs to be had there. But I do think Darwin Núñez might change that in the next game that he plays.
Cool. We're going to bring on the next caller, final caller today. Make sure if you're here next time, listen, we want to hear more of you guys. But we're going to obviously get the caller in. And then, we're going to go through the player kind of ratings, or just summarize the players before we head out. It's Uncle, Big Unks. Albert, Charlotte.
You know good, though. You know good, man. We are up shit creek, man. We are up shit creek. Yes, I'm trying to hope against hope that we buy somebody, man. Because if we don't buy somebody, this is going to get worse. We're going to get beat by Wolves. And I keep saying we're going to get beat, and I don't say it because I want us to get beat. It's because of what I see. If you've seen this game long enough, and G and Jerry. If you've been watching long enough, you know when it's about to happen. Today, we are actually being told that it's okay because we didn't get beat 3-0. We got beat by only 2-1. That's the unacceptable bit for me. I mean, we got pretty much rounded out by a team that didn't have its best players. Caicedo, Liverpool wasn't playing. So there's no way that we come up and say, oh, it's better. No, it's not better. We were beaten. I mean, we were supposed to take advantage of the fact that Caicedo was not on the field. We're supposed to take advantage of the fact that Levi Colwill was not on the field. And we're supposed to, at the very least, force a replay. At the very we didn't do that. And we've lost. But somehow we are being told there are positives. I don't know where the positives are coming from. There's only one thing that Klopp needs to do as a responsible manager. He needs to get midfield reinforcements before Tuesday. Somehow or the other, I'm hoping that he does that. I think they may well do, because they may be trying to make sure that we don't expect. But apart from that, I don't know. I don't know what else is going to do, because these people are simply not cutting it. These people are simply, they are just a shitty ass bunch. And they're not good enough. They're just not good enough. And he keeps making substitutions at the wrong time. So picture this. We have Manchester United. We have Chelsea again with Mudryk. We have Man City. We have Newcastle, right? All coming up. We have Real Madrid twice. All coming up. At this rate, what's going to happen? We have Everton coming up, I think, in like 10 days. And we all know Liverpool, Everton is not a form guide thing. Well, both those teams are shitty. At least one of them has had the courage to fire their manager. What I'm saying is, there's more coming. There's just more coming. And he's telling us, oh, I'm not getting any reinforcements. It's almost like the guy, I don't know. It's like he's just gone senile. That's just the only word I can find. I don't want to sound insulting, but it seems to me like somebody who's gone senile. Like yeah.
It's true though.
And he doesn't see what everybody sees. Everybody, including the ass-licking journalists who are always asking him the questions he wants to hear, are all saying, why isn't this guy getting reinforcements? And we can keep saying whatever we want to say about FSG. I'm the first person who says FSG must go. The club has outgrown them. They have absolutely no business being in charge of Liverpool. But they gave Klopp 120 million pounds. They are paying that guy 15 million pounds a year. That is a shitload of money to do what he's doing. To put it in perspective, Sean Dyche came in to Everton for 5 million. Right? Roberto De Zerbi earns 3 million. So how does somebody who earns a fifth of what you earn just keep putting a plunger up your backside in the manner in which it's being done? And he tells us there's nothing wrong. Fuck me, there's something wrong. We can see it. Why can't you see it? I thought you were the one who was paid to see it. Gakpo in the center. What is Gakpo doing in the center of the attack? What is Elliott doing all over the... Yeah, Elliott scored a goal. But there's a problem with Elliott, and it is called tactical indiscipline.
I agree.
He's forced to be all over the pitch in a nondescript manner. Nobody knows what he's doing, where he's doing what. And guess what? Gee, if you noticed, he is putting Robinson under pressure.
Yeah.
He's putting
Robinson's
Robbo
like playing by himself.
Exactly. So, despite the fact that he scored a goal, the tactical discipline going back is not there. And it's time we spoke about Trent. Some of us have been saying Trent should not be a fullback. Many people have said Trent should not be a fullback. Now the manager is realizing that Trent shouldn't be a fullback. So when is he going to make the switch that he should be making, get himself a proper fullback and put Trent in the right side of the midfield if he needs to, or sit him on the bench? When is he going to do that? Because everybody, any fast winger that Trent is pitched against, just takes him to the cleaners. Happened with what's the name? Kvicha, Kacha, whatever his name is. Happened with Mitoma. Happened with Mitoma all the time. Happened with Mudryk. Happens with every fast winger that they put on that side. So the narrative is, if you're going to play against Liverpool, you can get into the middle or you can get into the left side. On a good day, Robbo will be playing shit. You can get into any part of the pitch you want. You can get in over the top. If VVD is at his worst. So when are things going to get better? We say, and the purists who can't see over their nose when it comes to Klopp will say, oh, we are in a year of rebuild. I have a bit of history for them. In 1993, when Graham Souness came and did the same thing, we were in a rebuild. We didn't win a trophy for 30 years. If you're in a team like Liverpool, doesn't go cinder blocks, burn it to the ground before they start it up. It's never done. You plug and play, right? You take out what is not good, and then you put in, like Alex Ferguson used to do.
Right.
Like Real Madrid does. Like Bayern Munich does. You take out the shit, and then you plug in new stuff. This guy had no problems allowing money to go. It's often said, oh, money is gone, man. But it needs to be harped on. Money leaving is something that's going to cost us so much if we end up totting up the scorecard. So if you've done that, you need to find reinforcements for all the things money used to do. And at this point, Klopp needs to get himself a decent midfielder. Somebody who sits and disrupts. Somebody who just sits, passes the ball, disrupts, gets yellow cards. But you can't hang that on Bacetic. He is 18 years old, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
How do you hang that on his shoulders? See, the first goal we conceded, right? A very good defensive midfielder would have charged that ball down. I mean, name the great DMs that we have. Casemiro would have charged that ball down. Amrabat would have charged the ball down. Caicedo would have charged it down. Because that is what a DM is supposed to do. Charge down those things. Do you honestly think that Thomas Partey would have allowed Lamptey to get off that shot? I'm taking you back to the Brighton Arsenal match. Do you remember that a similar thing happened within the first couple of minutes of the game? That's how Arsenal got their goal. Lamptey was about to go and take a shot. Partey charged him down and collected the ball from him, and they scored. That's what a good DM does. That's what we're missing. I don't know why Klopp is not seeing it. And he's intentionally putting himself in a situation where he's snapping at it. Today, Ben Jacobs, of all people, said it. that he's snapping at all the reporters, the journalists who ask him questions, and he's intentionally doing it because he doesn't want to be asked the hard questions. Maybe he wants to leave, but if he wants to leave, he should do so now, because he shouldn't burn it to the ground like he did at Mainz, like he did at Dortmund, before somebody else has to come and take over. Liverpool is a big team, right? He can't do that. I'm so dispirited, and I'm putting you guys on notice that Wolves will beat us, and they'll beat us at home. They'll beat us next weekend because we simply haven't got it. It's different, you know, when we lost 7-2 to Aston Villa. It was like, oh, it's water off a duck's back. Oh, we'll be back. We all knew we'll be back. It was a shit show, one blip. But this is becoming repeated. We've won one match in the last 5. Was it 5 or 6? And we won 1-0. Yeah. We've conceded 8 goals to Brighton this year. We've conceded 3 or more goals 5 times. We've conceded 2 or more goals 9 times. In the Premier League, we are closer to the bottom than we are closer to the top in terms of points spread. But for the 9-0 victory against Bournemouth, our points differential, our goal differential is 0. That's not the Liverpool that I know. That's not the other. Otherwise, we all won't be supporting Liverpool. So he has to do something. It's my fervent prayer that maybe they'll find somebody and he'll come and tell us, maybe like they did, you know, in September, that hey, we've suddenly find someone on a loan basis or something. Because apart from that, he himself should know that his job is in danger. Because if he loses against, we have Man U at home, right?
Yes.
And we have we have Man U at home, we have Newcastle, we have Chelsea, we have Man City. Who else do we have? We have Arsenal at home. If we lose those matches, and on current form we will lose. If we lose those matches, they're going to fire him. This same FSG group sacked Kenny Dalglish. Kenny Dalglish is the most decorated Liverpool player and manager ever. He's actually been knighted because of his services to Liverpool. So he should stop thinking he's invincible.
Yeah.
But I don't want him to burn a house down on his way out.
Of course.
If he's gonna go, he should go now. Jerry, I sent you a picture.
I know. I'm gonna get the picture out. So before
that's really funny, right? And guess what? The person who sent it to me is a Man U fan, right? And he said that spot is the same spot that what's the striker? What's his name? The Ghanaian guy in Brighton. What's his name?
Welbeck.
Yeah, that's the same spot that Welbeck
did it to him.
He
done the overhead. Yeah, the same spot.
So he said that is Gomez's holy spot. That we should call it Gomez's spot. You know, it's pathetic, right?
It's pathetic.
It's pathetic.
But Albert,
it's pathetic.
But look, we've got to head out because we've got to try and wrap up with Dennis for an hour and 50 minutes. So we'll let you go because we need to go through the players as well. But I'll message you because I got your message anyway because I need to talk to you about Ghana as well. So,
it's dire, but let's hope it gets better.
Exactly. Thank you, Albert. Yeah, take it easy.
Take it easy, man.
We got Albert always speaking facts. You know, when the uncle comes just to reason with everyone at the end of the rave. That's exactly what's happened, man.
He's the one I'm listening to. Like I'm just sitting there, I'm just listening. I'm like, yeah, what he's saying is facts, though. Yeah, everything he's saying.
Facts, but this is what it is. On all fours, like a badders. It reminds me of something as well.
Badders, you know.
This is just mad. It's just not. Where's this other one? On all fours.
You know, when you go to, I don't know if you've ever been to you see. I don't know if I've been to like a Jamaican rave, like back in the day kind of thing. And you see that picture of Gomez, you know, when the Donny's like the extra Donny in the rave, like he has to be climbed up at the flipping top of the flipping table and he's just about sound system and he's just about to jump down on the thing. And I'm just like, that's what that looked like there, boy. Matoma looked like he's about to go crazy. on man, and he blatantly did afterwards. Like, it's crazy.
Do you know what's mad about that goal as well?
Pause.
It's mad. I didn't even. I wasn't in the room when the goal went in. I went into the other room.
That's when I just come back.
I heard this, and Brighton, yeah, and I was like, I didn't even come out to watch the goal. I had to watch the goal afterwards. I watched it like later on, so I didn't get that same feeling. It's mad. Dirty Wine said it from Junior Hussein. That's what it is. Yeah, one of them.
I heard that tune in a minute.
And dirty wine, my girl, dirty wine. Oh,
I heard that tune in a minute. Oh yeah, my friend.
Listen, might have to touch something, G.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, man. Cool. Let's get before we head out in it, and before we obviously big up to Uncle as well. Let's just run through the players quickly, innit?
Oh shit, yeah, Cobbs, you know the vibes already. You already know the vibes.
I can't. It's culture though. It's culture. It's culture. It's like the salsa thing. It's like the salsa thing. It's like the salsa thing. It's all the same.
Come on.
Yeah. Cool. Alisson, man, how do you find his performance?
It was all right. Trying to think. First goal, maybe onside, so I might allow him. Second goal, again, same kind of thing. I'll give him like a 6.
Yeah, same.
Maybe, yeah, like a 6. Yeah, that's what I think of. He didn't do anything too wrong. Like,
yeah. Trent?
Oh, Jesus, bro. 3.
Yeah.
Because weirdly enough, he was actually all right going forward. Weirdly enough.
Do you know what is an Liverbird facts? If we didn't have Alisson, we'd be in a relegation zone. I believe in that.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah. It's mad though. What scared me, what really scared me was Matoma standing still when there's a distance between him and Trent, and he still tapped it past and went to the byline and put that ball across. You know when March chested it into Gross and Gross volleyed it
over the bar. Yeah, I remember seeing it.
I was like, is he going past you that much? I was like, that should never happen. Like, never. Like, for him to get.
That just tells me you're just not ready.
Not like he done the Valencia, you know, where Valencia used to stand there, tap it, and then whip a ball across to the box, where it's like, the bread is in front of me, but he got a yard and put the ball in. He got in front of him and started running. He got near Alisson. Alisson kind of deflected that cross into the air. It's crazy. It's mad. It's mad. I give him a 3, man. Konate, I'll give him a 7.
Yeah, Konate 7.
Actually, 6. I give him a 6. Do you know why I give him a 6? He's lucky. You got a red card.
I was just about to say, yeah.
Bozo one came out. That Bozo, the spirit of
he's got it in him. He's got. I'm telling you, he's a bit like Gohan, boy. Like, he's got the potential, but whether he gets there is another thing altogether, brother. I promise you.
Because for him to get to that potential, there's things need to get ironed out. Look, he was solid today. He was.
Yeah,
but
he was.
We were still lost. Do you know what I mean? So for me, 100% a 6. Gomez.
You know, up until he did that thing at the end, he wasn't even shit.
Yeah, he was calm.
But I'll probably I'll give him a 5.
A 4 or 5, innit?
4 or 5, yeah. Well, 4.5.
4.5, calm. Robertson.
I'm stuck between 4 and 5. Like, I feel like someone said it before when they came on the show that he was a bit of a headlight. He was just running around kind of thing. It was just, that picture's gonna make me laugh. He was just running around. 5. I'll give him 5. It wasn't shit.
Yeah. Bajcetic, 5.
Yeah, 5. He needs to stop getting booked. He needs to stop that.
Yeah, but did you know that they said it in commentary? Did Liverpool sign him as a centre back?
Yes, bro. He was a centre back when he joined us, bro. He was a centre back. He was playing at centre back, bro. Like, he was never. This is what I'm saying.
So in Celta Vigo, hold on. So at Celta Vigo, for how good he is on the ball, they were like, no, you're not in the midfield though. You're not a midfielder for us.
Bro,
you know
when I played FM, he was a centre back. Like, on the game, he's the ones where he's dark green for centre back, and he's got like maybe a lighter green for centre.
Just that deep role. Yeah, I know.
he can play there, but I wouldn't put your money on him playing there. Yeah, that's what he was on.
So what you're telling me is that in Celta Vigo, they were like you're comfy on the ball, but you're not playing DM though. Like we got brothers that are like levels when it comes to midfield, but you're calm at centre back though. I hear it.
Oh, you're brutal, man.
You're now starting, and that you're now our starting midfielder because Klopp wants to come out and tell us we're not signing any midfielder. Our squad is good. We're all good in midfield. Fair. Intensity is our identity. Insanity is our identity, more like. But hey, who am I?
Who are we?
Thiago. Do you know what's mad though? Thiago's starting to look meaty, man. He played a bit better, but I'm not like you don't move me the same anymore. He just doesn't.
Because he's doing that fucking slide tackling and shit. I'm like, bro, I don't want to see you do all of this.
Like a
chat, what do you think? Chat's the same.
Yeah, chat. Let the chat decide this one. Let the chat decide this one. What are they saying? 7, 6?
That is it.
Claire saying 6, 5, 5, 4, 5.
We'll go 5.
We'll go 5. Yeah. Haha. Holt that me Brighton are better than you. Big up. You look like a Brighton supporter. Yeah, you are. You are 100%. Happy you think better. Exactly. Yeah, I say 5. Cater.
5.
5.
Yeah, 5.
It was all right. Like,
yeah.
He jumped. He tried to win a header and landed on his neck. After that, it just kind of everything tailored off.
I can't lie.
You know, when I thought that, you know, when you put the biscuit in the tea, and we've done the experiment before. You pull it out, and it's on the verge of breaking. I was like, but you still managed to salvage it and put it in your mouth, and it's like it's still intact. That's exactly what it was.
You're sitting there thinking, this is it. By the way, guys, you know me, like on this show, me and Jerry, like we rate properly. A lot of these channels, I was watching their ratings, I was like, right.
No, they're giving people like 10s and that. Like, yeah, I mean,
I'm seeing 7s, 8s.
Like, no, I don't even hear that.
But every performance is crazy.
Yeah, 5. Elliot, 7.
7, yeah. I'll give him a 7.
Give him a 7. I can't really blame him today. I don't blame his performance on Klopp. He done what he could. He got the goal in it. So he got the goal.
Good taking goals. I know it took a deflection, but he got in the right space at the right time on that right-hand side.
Took the right shot across goal. If not, Gakpo's at the back post. So yeah, done the right thing. Gakpo.
Brother, he's not moving me, man. I'm giving that Ute like a 4.5, man. He is definitely not moving, man.
You know what? I'll give him like a 5.
He's got good touches in him.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. He's got good touches and he's comfortable on the ball. But like like for his size, he's comfortable on the ball, should I say? But Uncle Albert's right. We didn't sign the right Ghanaian from Holland. We should have signed Kudus. Could have scored again.
Oh, he scored again?
Yeah, and you're trying to tell me Kudus couldn't play down the centre and do this like false 9 thing. He'd have been a better option. He would have been a better option.
He would have been quicker. He's quicker as well. Like.
Quicker, so he just would like on the left, on the right, he would have been a better option. He would have been a better option. He's faster. But hey, I guess. And Haha saying that in his time he was ripping the Dutch league apart. Yeah, but that's the Dutch league. Kout was ripping up the Dutch league apart.
I was also thinking Kout in my brain as well. I was about to say Kout, you know. Kout, hey, big up Haha though. Like that actually made me Haha in my head. Kout,
yeah, exactly. So I don't know. You just look and Claire, big up to yourself, saying, "Look, Gakpo, at least he's getting better in each game." Yeah, he is getting better.
Game number 5.
I just don't know. I just don't know how much better he's going to get. Do you see him replicating what Mane did in terms of goals and assists? I don't see it. Do you see him doing what Bobby did in terms of pressing and assists and affecting the game of play? No, I don't. I think he's a level below. So, and Rabona say, look, Suarez came from the Eredivisie. Yeah, he did. But Suarez is a. Let's not compare Gakpo and Suarez. Let's not. Do that.
Like, bro, there's, you know what? I can probably write through bare Dutch players who came from that Dutch league who are dead. But Suarez, yes. Robbie Van Persie, yes. Bergkamp, yes. They were ballers.
Omar saying reminds me of David and Gog.
Nah, he's not that bad. Nah, you have to respect.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually gonna get a comp of a David and Gog comp. Yeah, and if I see any similarities, the agendas is put in stone. It's put in stone.
Look what you guys are putting to Jerry's head, man. Look what you do.
It's crazy. Mr. Number 11, Salah.
Guys in the chat, what are you giving Salah? I'm gonna let you guys decide instead. What are you guys giving a Salah?
3 for 350, man. 3.5 for 350.
Oh, right. I'm seeing 4s, 3s, 4s, 2s. Like, scraps, man. What happened to you? What's going on? 4 for the assist only, or 3? 4 for the assist. I'll give him a 3.
No. You see what? Yeah, he's one player.
No, I'll give him a 3.
No goals and assists I've got to take away from him now. It's 3.5 for me, man.
Yeah.
Because what it is that we do this and then he scores 2 goals or gets 2 assists and then he gets an 8. But he's dead. He's washed.
3.5.
See, look, no player apart from Elliot gets anything more than a 5. Yeah.
I hear that. Fully hear that, Jamie. I hear that. Yeah. You're probably right, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I'd say that. Yeah, I'd say 3.5.
Nice.
Let's get through the subs. Yeah. Fabinho. That was the worst cameo I've seen.
He looked like a fish out of water.
No, we have to sell him now. He has to go. Yeah. You remember we done the transfer thing and we were like debating, should he go? He needs to go. Like funds coming there immediately, get 30, ship him to Udinese and that.
Bro, you know when he looked like if I was to play Premier League football tomorrow.
The touch in it. The touch when they caught us in their counter. Where I think Hendo passed him the ball and he touched it like
he just looked like, like if I was to step on a Premier League pitch, Man City versus, I don't know, Arsenal tomorrow and I was playing for Arsenal, brother, them man will be on to me, And I'm not even dead, but they'll just be on to me. I don't have the sharpness. I ain't got the pace. Like, bro, he just looked off. He just looked so off.
Bro, it's
that
crazy.
Touch was yeah.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, 0.
And then that challenge, he's lucky, man. That was a red, man. We got lucky.
That was a red.
I'm gonna like Konate should have been a second yellow. That red though, man. We're catching life. I don't know, Fabinho, when I'm seeing him running around, and then that face he did, when you caught him and he went like this. And I was like, yeah, my man. I was like, he is just, we've got IQ in saves, so he looks like Jada Pinkett. Like that. He's airing out his dirty laundry at the moment, isn't it? Listen, yeah, he's, you know what, he should just maybe become a centre-back,
Someone else said that. I saw that. Centre-back or that. He just needs to play a different position.
Yeah, well, that's the only position you can play. He's not playing left back. He's not playing right back. He's not playing as an 8. He's not playing as.
He's playing right back. Remember, I saw you play right back.
No, but him at right back. G, he can't get about.
Yeah.
Imagine Mitoma against Fabinho.
Nah, that's long. It'll be worse than Trent.
It'll be worse than Trent. He's washed. Revenant saying Mr. Rebecca fully on show, JJ. Yeah, Mr. Rebecca. That's what we're saying. He's wearing it. He ain't wearing no trousers at the moment, bro. No trousers. The way he walked off. When he done the challenge, you see him walk off to the touchline as well. Like he knew he was gonna get sent off. I was like, yeah, man. He didn't even have the balls to be like, nah, what are you talking about? I got the ball.
Nah, what are you talking about? I got the ball. You don't know. I got the ball.
Yeah, exactly. Like, look, Chris D, big up saying, look, his reaction after it was weird as well. Like the face he was putting, like, I'm off here. He even said to Anderson, I think I'm off. Could have broken the lad's leg. He's done mentally. He's done.
Now.
Hendo.
1. Purely out of the fact that he wasn't even as bad as Fabinho, but he was still dead. And he was one of the reasons, in my opinion, not his fault, but those substitutions, all of them, I'm blaming you for why the game changed. So you're all getting, shit scored, unfortunately. Blame Klopp.
Cool. Is it Curtis Jones came on, isn't it?
Yeah, 1.
Yeah, one.
Fabinho was the worst sub that came on, 100%.
Was that it? It was just those three that we made. It was just three we made. No, Nunes.
Milner and Nunes came on. Nunes 3 or 4. Like I don't really remember him like that.
I'll give him like a
Maybe
4. I'll give him like a 4. He didn't do anything in it.
Yeah, I don't remember him doing anything. Milner, did Milner come on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like he came for Trent. I feel like he came.
He did. Yeah. Nothing.
Milner again.
4. Just
yeah, give him a 4.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. So as you can see, the ratings are trash. And then the last one, people. Jurgen Norbert Klopp.
Minus 10 million.
Oh my God.
Now, if I had to give Klopp a rating, you get a 1 purely because your tactics weren't even as bad as how Fabinho was shit. Like Fabinho was so dead that you weren't even that bad. But you brought him on. Really, I don't know. Maybe you technically should get a 0 as well then. Really and truly. Now, I'll give you a 1.
I don't know. I think, I'll give him a 1, but
people are saying, he got right to the subs. At the end of the day, I'm talking about the full game. I don't care about what he did at the beginning of the game. I care about what you do for the entire game. Everything has to, everything plays a part in that. This ain't a game of just one half. It's 2 halves. What is he doing for the whole thing? If he didn't make those subs and Liverpool walk out of that game with a victory or even a replay, then I'm giving him 5s and whatever. Because that didn't happen, bro, for me, you're getting a 1, man. You're getting a 100% because your tactical nous is just showing every single game, bro. And I can't excuse it. What? Because he picked a team that, a blind man could have picked, and it wasn't even a good team. It wasn't even that strike force. Why wasn't Nunes starting if you're gonna go so strong? Nah, man. Klopp's got a lot to answer for, in my personal opinion, in that regard. But that's my opinion. That's just me.
Colin Dyke said we can give minus ratings. You can give whatever you want on this channel, bro.
Whatever you want, bro.
You might get checked, but that's what it is, man. Christoph Ojapa saying fake supports insulting the team. These players have given you 7 trophies in 4 years. They are in transition. 1 bad season. Liverpool are having do what support the team and stop moaning.
It's actually 7 trophies in 7 years, by the way. It's not 7 and 4. It's actually 7 and 7.
Do you want to answer that, G, or should we just?
It's like I said. It's 7 and 7, but yeah, we moved.
Yeah, I guess we're faking it, but I'm a wrong. I mean, I'm wrong. So it is what it is. But look, big up to everyone in the building. Big up to everyone that's been tuning in. We've had about 180 people for the whole street, which is crazy. It's 180 of you tuning in late night on a Sunday. Ridiculous. Big up to everyone in the building that's been obviously checking us out. Everyone has been liking, subscribing. All the callers as well. The callers have been amazing. Before we head out, people, G, let the people know what's on GTV. I know obviously your reviews on there as well. So please, if you're watching this on a replay, we should do this at the beginning. If you're watching the replay, go check out GTV first, then come over to it. Then you understand it's a follow-on, isn't it? So, yeah, man.
Always. I think that's what I'm going to do from now on is anything you see on my show, on my channel, then me and Jerry will probably chop it up in full detail together later on. So my review's out now. Check out every day I've got my on Instagram if you guys have got me on there. Big up Liam, by the way. Thank you for that. Every day on my Instagram page, I'm putting out my player watch. So just taking a look at all young players around Europe, around South America, around the world, to be honest with you, just having a little look at them just to see who's up and coming and stuff like that. And yeah, this week we got deadline day. My review this week I'm going to do as well. I might do that as a pre-recorded with Jerry and Romz if they're available. So
I'm not saying
that
if we're available. I'm not talking like I'm on Redmond or something. If he's available, like that.
So yeah, you guys just look out for that this week. And yeah, what we got this week anyway? Coming up on, we might sign for deadline day. When's that?
Tuesday.
On Tuesday. Yeah, we might do something on the deadline day. Why not? We ain't signing nobody anyway. Let's look at everyone else. We might as well.
Exactly, it'll be interesting. But people, just to announce, we're on 942 subscribers. So
snap!
Yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there. So please, if we can get to that. I mean, overnight, if I could go to sleep and wake up with 1K, we might have a 1K just a party on the stream, bro. A party on the stream. I mean, get people coming and everything. So listen, big up. Appreciate all the likes, all the subscribers, as always. I mean, we dropped this image ages ago, but we thought it was fitting. It is the thumbnail, but I'm going to put it out here again before we head out. And I guess it's rest in peace to Klopp's Liverpool, because this team with the likes of Genie, Verge, Trent, Hendo, Klopp has come to an end. It's come to an end. I think it's safe to say. G. Wouldn't you say so, man?
100%, man. I think it's been a good ride. You know, as the last comment just mentioned as well. He's given us 7 trophies in 4 years. So yeah, man, it's been a good ride. But you know, we've got to move on. You know, it's let's stop living in the past. Let's look on to something brighter in the future. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Yeah, let's go, man. But yeah, I guess take it easy. Until next time, it's been a J James show, and we're out, people.
I've got nothing left. I've got nothing.